All right, welcome everybody to Season 3, Episode 23 of the Fantasy Guys. We are officially live and ready to get this show on the road. We have a full house today. We got a whole starting lineup and ready to roll, ready to have a great show. First of all, as you can see in the camera angle, if you're watching at home, you got the boy A.B. Abraham is back in the building. We appreciate him for coming back in. We're excited to have him back. Shout out to little big bro Yusuf Dabbit in the back, always on the ones and twos doing his thing. We appreciate him. Big bro Moti looking clean today and fresh as always.
Trying.
Took a little extra steps today as well, but always looking fresh. Shout out to big bro Moti. Yep. Of course, you got myself, Omar T. And then to the left of AB, we got Faris Alsakaf, an original face as well. You've seen him a few times on this podcast show. And also, you've also seen Bosch. Shout out to Agil. He's in the building as well. He's in the building. So give a round of applause, Yusuf, if you can, to everybody that's here. You know, there's a reason why we got everybody that's here today, because today we're going to focus a lot on the charity basketball game that's going to be happening on Friday, March 8th. We are excited for that game. We're excited to see how that's going to all turn out and stuff like that. So we got both coaches in the building. You got Coach Moti from Team Hamtramck, and then you got Coach Bosch from Team Dearborn. You know, they're going to be here today. Might even get a game plan or two out of them. We'll see. But, you know, they're tough to get those kind of things out of them. So we're going to find out how that all works out.
Maybe get an announcement on who the teams are.
You know, I mean, listen.
It's top secret.
I'm not gonna put the pressure on the coaches, but if they want to do that, you know, that's up to them. You know, whatever they want to do, you know, it's up to them at the end of the day. I got a full house today, full show today. Like I said, charity game. We're gonna talk LOL basketball. You know, we're gonna just be talking NBA basketball as well. So we're gonna figure out how we're gonna see where we can go with this today's show, depending on time wise. But Yusuf, we're gonna give a shout out, of course, to all of our sponsors as well. You know, shout out to Unique Coney Island. You got BC Adhesives. You got the Balkan House. You got Hanley International Academy, you got Qahwah House, you got Juice Box, and you got Specialty Medical Centers. So we appreciate them and all their support. And before we even go ahead and start off with Unique Coney Island, I do want to say, if you're watching today, be sure to follow us on all of our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all under Oz Media. And if you want to call in, shout out to Nader. I already know that's probably something that's going to happen. Number is 313-306-1750. Again, 313-306-1750. And you know, today's also a little special show. Like Faris says, we usually don't pivot, but today we're gonna pivot because, you know, the election is coming up this coming Tuesday. So we are gonna also share our thoughts on how we are going to address the upcoming election this upcoming Tuesday, the primary election. So we'll see how that works out. Yusuf, shout out to Unique Coney Island, and then we're gonna officially get the show on the road.
All right, Yusuf, I'm looking for a place for some unique food.
It sounds like you're trying to go to Unique Coney Island.
It sounds like you're right. Unique Coney Island is famous for their original unique pita, homemade chicken lemon rice, unique chicken qalaba, shawarma, gyro, and much more. They also now have a rewards program where every 100 points you get $7 off your next meal. They currently have 2 locations, one in Sterling Heights and one in downtown Detroit. So if you're looking for a place that has unique foods, be sure to stop by Unique Coney Island.
You might get 60. Bad investment.
All right, we're officially back and ready to get this show rolling. So first of all, how you guys been? You know, let's just check in with everybody, just saying what's up. You know, we haven't seen Bosch and, you know, Faris in a little bit, and also even AB. Bosch, how you been? I love the hoodie that you're rocking from Palestine in Yemen.
Thank you, man. Yeah, this was actually an event that our sisters sponsored at Salina Elementary just this past Friday. Yeah,
nice.
For the United Humanitarian Foundation. They raised over $25,000.
Wow, mashallah.
That's awesome.
In Gaza, so alhamdulillah. So this was some of the sweaters that they were selling. Little Palestine times Yemen, little distressed look, you know, kind of writing a story of what's going on back home, man. So yeah, it was really cool, man. I was glad I was able to help raise some funds and get some sponsors involved.
There you go. That's Bosch. Faris, what's going on with you, man? How you been, man?
Nice to be on the show again. See familiar faces on and off the court. So excited today.
Yes, we're looking forward to it as well. You know, it's always a good time to have Faris on the show. And then A.B. Abraham, welcome back. You know, you was gone for like a little bit, but nice to have you.
I took a hiatus from the show. I definitely had to gather my thoughts and get myself back to being comfortable enough to be on here to say the things that I want to say. You know, the filter had left for a moment, but it's come back. We're good. we're good.
And Coach Moti, you know, we were off last week, so, you know, back again this week. You know, looking forward to another great show with you, big bro. First of all, I'm going to start off with you. Let's go dive right into the charity basketball game. So when you hear about the charity basketball game and you hear about events that's happening in the communities like this one, and also even the volleyball one that happened this past weekend, like, what does the charity game mean to you?
I'm going to give a political answer, then I'm going to give you my real answer.
All right, there you go.
All right, political answer. You know, like Bosh just mentioned, you know, they hosted an event that raised $25,000, right? For me, it's about, you know what I'm saying, the money. All right, the donations to, you know, Palestine and Yemen. I think the goal is to raise as much money as we can. And every year is getting better, and every year the money amount is getting, you know, more and more. So that's the number one thing, you know, on my mind. But my real answer is to win the game.
Moti plays to win the game.
I mean, I don't care what anybody say. Everybody's trying to win. And that's what we're trying to do, inshallah.
There you go. A.B. Abraham, same question to you. Well, talk to me, A.B. You know, your charity game is the third year. What are your overall thoughts and just the game? And, you know, what do you think the charity game is all about?
I mean, again, I'm going to piggyback off of what Moti just said. It really is about, you know, the donations. It's about sending the aid. It's about making sure we help all our brothers and sisters out overseas. And, you know, over, inshallah, the next couple of years, we're going to continue to add. We're going to continue to get bigger. And, you know, we can make this bigger than what we first and you first planned on this whole event to be. I love the fact of what it's done with the camaraderie between two different cities, though, that are very much similar, but very different in the same sense. Okay, you're bringing Hamtramck together, you're bringing Dearborn together. It's a beautiful thing to see that, and then being competitive in the sports venue and seeing it not lash out or get any bit like out of hand to where you can show real brotherhood. You can show how different communities in different cities can come together. Like, that's what I love, and I know we're going to get into it in a little bit too. Like, people are going to see this and talk about, well, I want to play in this game. You know, why am I not playing? Well, we're using a specific league to play in this game, and it started with this league that brought two cities, and sometimes more, because we have Detroiters, we have other people in this league, but brought us all together again, you know, especially at our older age. So this is what the charity game means to me. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the opportunity of being able to contribute and to reach out to other people to contribute for a great cause. Obviously, something that means so much to all of us. We wear it on our sleeves every single day. So,
great answer, Faris. What does the charity game mean to you, Faris?
Obviously, you know, we're doing it for the great cause of helping our people back home, and I think also we need to educate others that making an event like this is possible. So they could, you know, it doesn't have to be Oz Media related, right? It doesn't have to be certain groups that do this every year for us annually. It could be anybody. It could be as simple as like a basketball game, but it doesn't have to be coordinated so much and all that. So just the idea is to raise money. And I hope everybody kind of comes and attends and watches and obviously contributes and see how it's really not that hard, so that, you know, our other community leaders could do something like this, you know, whether it's an athletic event or any other event, you know, and hopefully that's what I'm hoping for. You know, other people kind of say, hey, you know what, why can't we do this as well? So.
And like Bosh was just mentioning, you know, it's not just, you know, a basketball thing. You know, it could be a volleyball thing. It could be anything where, you know, use your resources and take advantage of it. And like you said, just organize and then raise money and try to help as best way we can, you know, because there's only so much that we can do in, you know, where we're at, you know, to help out these countries that are in need. Bosh, what does this charity game mean to you, man?
Man, honestly, the funds, you know, I mean, it's one of the 5 pillars in Islam, right? Zakat is being able to donate. And I really feel when you have things going on in the world like they are going on today, this kind of sheds light, you know, being able to give back to obviously back home and Palestine and wherever else there's distress in the world, you know, and most importantly, awareness. I really feel like this year there's a lot of light being shed on the situation going on in Gaza, and a lot of people are stepping up and finally, enough is enough, and voicing their opinion and voicing their word on what's going on in the world, and they're taking a chance with their careers and whatever they have going on in this world, so shout out to them, whoever they are out there, shedding light and causing awareness.
No, for sure. I agree with that. That's a great point that you brought up. There have been a lot of influencers and people in prominent positions that have taken a stand, and honestly, to be honest with you, they some of them even lost the position that they were in, or obviously when it comes to influencing, they lose the followers. But when you are on the right track, or when you have the mindset that is you're trying to do the right thing, you don't worry about the reaction. You just worry about what you do, and so I think a lot of them have taken a big step forward when it comes to that, being leaders
Absolutely.
in the discussion. So a lot of respect to them, and that's why that was like the my theory of like who I wanted to have as the celebrities as well, were people that were very vocal in those conversations. And this upcoming week I'm gonna start posting some stuff about who the celebrities will be, but that was kind of like the theme, was like people who are very vocal in these discussions that are going to be hopefully a part of the game as well. So that's talking about the game in general. Let's talk about Hamtramck and Dearborn, right? That was the whole point of this too, was to bring these two communities together. You got Hamtramck, you got Dearborn. That should be a fun episode. A fun situation right there. Two cities that obviously growing up there was a lot going on, but now what do you think this game means for like the two communities, Bosh?
Man, I really do love the Hamtramck guys, and I'm sure they know it. Just they have a grit to them. They just fight. And it really showed the first year we played this game. Last year as well. They fought to the very end, and then they got a heavy dosage of Billy Buckets. Shout out Billy Buckets.
He chimed in, by the way. Looking dapper, fellas. He said that.
Yeah. So this year obviously going to be a little bit different. We're without Kamal Al-Jahmi. We're going to be without Billy, and a few other guys that were excelling this year in the 35 and older. We're going to be without. But this year the selection process was a little different for me. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to come to a lot of the games like I was last year, with work and all the things that are going on. So I actually led on some of the guys in the league and made a lot of phone calls and talked to a lot of people and watched some film. And I kind of took more of like an all-star approach, guys that I seen that are improving this year. So I selected about 5-6 of those guys to join this year. Hopefully they can help us bring the trophy home again, to Dearborn. So I'm excited for it. Obviously looking to win, like Moti said, that's very important. But then end of the day, man, it's really nice to put everybody in a room together, and if it means dribbling a basketball and putting it through the hoop, man, so be it.
Exactly. Faddis, what do you think, man, about this game, and the what does it mean for the communities, the Hamtramck and Dearborn communities, man?
I think it's creating a nice on-court rivalry. Kind of reminds me of same faces almost every year. The Niners and the Cowboys in the 90s a little bit.
That's a great comparison.
You got the same Steve.
Did it have to be the Cowboys though, or
of course?
But I mean, if he's talking about he's talking about a great rivalry. Yeah, the great rivalry in the 90s. That's
you want me to bring Eric Kramer in here? What do you want me to do?
Lakers, Sacramento?
No, come on. Well, I mean, it's more of a fight. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's a dog fight. Everybody knows each other. Moti's. It sounds like Moti wants it more than us this year, because he's still bitter from what happened last year. And what I heard is that they had a nice practice yesterday too.
Really?
Yes. He had to rip some people out of our scrimmage game yesterday and force a practice.
Okay.
So he's ahead of the game plan right now.
He sure is.
Yeah. So AB, by the way, I mean, I could be wrong, but do you guys feel like has there been a turn being made with the Hamtramck and Dearborn relationship, or do you guys still feel like there's maybe some animosity still, or do you is there progress that's been happening? I'm not saying just from this game in general, just in general, or what are your thoughts, AB?
So I mean, I noticed this during league play, and with what these games have been the last 2 seasons, and it's brought us a lot closer. It's brought the Hamtramck guys and the Dearborn guys a lot closer. To the people who didn't know each other.
Yeah, especially even with the elected officials too. I'm saying with them being being
100%.
Mayor Ghalib and Mayor Hamoud.
But what I do notice, and you see this in league play, and you see this especially the closer we get. So once you announce that date, that this is the day the game's being played, you start noticing the competitive side coming out of both sides. You see it. You even see it amongst teammates in the league today.
Yeah, it's tough because, like Bai said, it's a really hard process for him to kind of select the players because everybody wants to be part of this competition.
On the Dearborn side.
Everybody.
The Dearborn side.
Because everybody makes your roster, right?
We have a larger...
You guys got no practice squad.
But we have a larger... We have a larger selection.
We call them coaches.
This league...
If you're not a player, you're a coach.
Well, I mean, this league being based out of Dearborn, the LOL, 35, well, now 40 and over. Thanks, Bosch. 40 and over league being based off of, like, out of Dearborn, you know what I mean? We have more of a selection, you know? As one of the biggest reasons when it comes to prediction time, my prediction is going to go the way it's going to go. They have the same guys. And... you know, we're switching the team up every year because we do want to give everybody a chance. We do understand that it's a charity game, and there's so many people that just want to be involved in it. The charity aspect. Every single player wants to represent not only their city for the competition, the competitive reason, but they want to represent their city and able to continue to bring in donations and to make this a successful event. We all see that. We all understand that. So, I mean, I know I had a private conversation with Bosch, and every single year at this time, it's almost like he wants to pull his hair out of his head because he wants to be fair about it. He definitely does. He knows that everybody wants to play. And he knows that he's getting a lot of backlash in regards to who he doesn't pick.
And he always will.
And that's but I want to put it out there. It's not fair. It's just really not fair. It's not fair. But you guys have to understand, he does get it. He gets it. Guys, everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to play. You know? Just, we have so much bigger of a pool. We really do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. And by the way, I just want to let people know at home, Moti just ordered 3 new polos. For people, Team Hamtramck, if you're listening, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
Get a full coaching staff. Huh?
Yeah, it's not a good sign for Team Hamtramck members that were at the practice yesterday. A couple comments I want to read off before I dish it to Moti and tell his thoughts. This is Billy. I know Billy. I heard Hamtramck's recruiting players from the G League. Anonymous. I heard Hamtramck is getting Jalen Rose. Khader Hussein says, "Salam everyone, how everyone doing today?" Fahmi, good morning, gentlemen. Our selection committee have been hard at work for 2 weeks now. We've narrowed it down to final cuts next week. That's Tony. Shout out to Tony.
Shout out to Tony.
And then Billy, is Fatty starting in the charity game? Anonymous. All right. And then Fujo said trade Hank. So he just wanted to make sure he threw that out there too. All right. Oh, go ahead. You about to say something?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Moti. I know how serious you want to win this year. Are you really reaching out outside of Hamtramck and the original guys?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing within the rules.
Okay. So there's no G League guys or anything like that.
If they're not part of the LOL, if they don't have a LOL jersey, I don't think Moti's reaching out to them.
I know
absolutely. I would not do that. As much as I want to win,
I don't trust him, man. Okay, go ahead.
As much as I want to win,
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna play within the rules.
So the JJs and the Momalahis are still in there.
Hey, don't use people's names that are. We got a bubble right now. We got a bubble right now.
I will.
There's a bubble.
Hey, I will post the final cuts and roster on Sunday at the Den. So saying everybody look up. But yeah, man, everybody see with Dearborn, they have a bigger pool, right?
Yeah.
But they need to understand that the coach Bosch, he does have tough decisions to make, but at the end of the day, he's gonna do what's best for the roster, right? I'm in a situation where I have a personal relationship with a lot of the players in Hamtramck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to find the right rotation. My issue is rotations. Guys that can play together. And we might have to make like 2-3 cuts.
Are we talking like basketball, or are we talking hockey, like line shifts? Is that what you're talking about, rotations?
No. I know what you mean. All right. But no.
I'm trying. I'm really close to getting something out of you, but go ahead.
No. But it's just a combination of players that I'm with. And like I said, in Hamtramck, even though I think I have to choose between like 13, 14 players, there's going to be a couple of cuts, that, like I said, I have a personal relationship with, and I hope they don't take that,
13, 14.
What is the
Yeah.
max? What is the max roster
Players.
right now? 10?
Yeah.
10, including the celebrity guests?
plus 2 celebrities, so it's
10.
12 altogether.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah, so for those that are at home and are watching, and may have never heard, so basically it's going to be a 12-team roster. It's 10 players from the LOL League on both sides, and then they have 2 celebrities as well. The way we worked it out is each team has one, local celebrity, someone that, is
From that city?
from that city. And then we also have one that's quote-unquote popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Celebrity.
We're not trying to give too much information.
No, like I said, I'm gonna be releasing all this week. You'll all know this week. Each day, I'm gonna start releasing digital basketball cards of all these celebrities, just to add a little fun spin to it.
Okay.
So I reached out to all of them. So, but yeah, were you finished? on what you're
Yeah.
saying?
So as far as Hamtramck, man, we're gonna put the best players out there to win the game. And we're all looking forward to them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Looking forward to a great time. Tony said Coach Tizzle looking sharp, mashallah, looking real fresh. Tony is gonna be at Hamtramck homer.
He's trying to make the cut.
Yeah.
Tell him to cut the crap, man.
So, listen, Faz, can we get some advice from you right quick, man? If you're in the position Motiz and
No, I know. I did say I thought Bosch had a problem, but it appears that
No, I want to specifically
Moti
talk
has
about
the same
Tony.
problem
I want to
too.
specifically talk about this Tony situation, all right?
What Tony?
Moti, we kind of look up to Tony. He was like our, the
Grandfather,
big brother. Well, now grandfather was the big brother
Wow.
20 years ago. In his position where he's in an awkward situation, how would you handle this? As if you're in Moti's position with Tony, where someone that might be on the bubble in his eyes,
When is the decision? You said Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
At the Den?
At the den.
Next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
What time?
Sunday at the den or Saturday at the den?
No. Saturday we're having practice.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna.
He needs the 24 hours
I'm gonna meet
of
with my
evals,
team.
yeah.
I'm gonna meet with my team, and then we're gonna make the final roster.
So you're going to have one of your sons there? I would do this. Have one of your sons there videotape the practice so you can reevaluate.
No, I got it all up here.
Okay.
I was videotaping the decision.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, a ESPN special?
Fahmi, last week we had a pickup game over here at Frontier. I'm gonna play it, and I overheard Fahmi tell someone, "Hey, I'm gonna not make the cut this year." I was like, "The heck is going on? How many guys are gonna play for these guys?" I was in shock, but he was serious. So
But see,
I don't know who else you're trying to recruit.
yeah, but
I'm in a dilemma too because a lot of these guys have businesses, and I usually get a discount at those businesses.
And we want them to sponsor the game as well.
Don't fall.
Hey,
don't fall for the mind games. Faris.
Fahmi said I would start him if you asked me. So Fahmi would start Fahmi if you asked him. Basically, is what he said. Just throwing that out
I
there.
agree with that.
Fahmi would be the.
He's a dog.
Fahmi would be the leader of my squad.
Hey,
if
listen,
I was picking the team.
At the end of the day, At the end of the day, those players that are not actually playing in the game, I think they should still participate. I'm offering the guys that's not going to make the team, a spot on the bench.
Oh, that's why you ordered the 3
Yeah, the 3 polo.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
So,
I got you.
So at least they can show up and support and
And wear one of the polos.
and be a part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm willing. If somebody says something to me, advice from those 3 coaches, I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to listen.
Because the first thing okay.
Hey, listen, I just want to say this right quick with all jokes aside. Shout out to Bosch and Moti. They don't have an easy job.
Nope, not at all.
I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of just throw them in the jungle, but guys, good luck. You know what I'm saying? And they do a great job with handling that situation. That's one less thing I have to worry about. Where they just kind of take care of it and they roll with it. And I appreciate them because they make the job a lot easier on our end as well. So we appreciate Bosch and Moti for the work that they do. I was going to say for predictions for next Sunday. I don't know. Are you going to be on the show next Sunday?
I plan on being on the show.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying, 'cause it's still a week left.
I plan on being back. I didn't like seeing Fatty sitting in my seat.
Yeah.
A couple different times. I'm Fatty. If you're watching this, and I love you. You're my guy.
Yeah.
We were this close, Fatty. We were this close to finishing our story, but it didn't happen, and I don't like you sitting in my seat.
Can you put the camera on Faddish right quick? Just to put on Faddish.
I'm Bosch, not me.
Oh, Bosch too. Yeah, put it on both of them.
Come on, man. Come on,
my
coach.
bad.
Come on, coach.
My bad. Put it on both of them right there. Put on both of their faces, just as AB is saying that as well. But yeah, we're gonna save the prediction for next week because, like I said,
I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be
and
back
maybe the coaches will be open to releasing the rosters so that we can actually make an actual prediction. I had people that wanted to do like a halal.
Forget Sunday night at the Den. Why don't you just break it next
Oh
Sunday?
yeah, right here.
I mean, my thing is, like I said, I'm gonna play within the rules, right? So the rules tell me that I don't have to release.
They don't. That's true.
So I'm gonna just.
They both don't have to release it.
I'm gonna do me, but to credit Dearborn, right? I want to answer the question about how
this community
with the players. Definitely got close to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I think a few guys are lifelong friends. You know what I'm saying? And not only this game did it, but the league did it. You know what I'm saying? The LOL league, and that's what I appreciate, because growing up, you're right, Amar, there was that, I wouldn't say hate. Hate is a strong word. There was that
animosity, like you said.
Animosity towards, what I'm saying, for a lot of different reasons. It had nothing, I mean, some of the things weren't had to do with sports, and but once you really actually get to know the person, you change your mind towards them. You know what I'm saying? And you start to respect them, and I appreciate that about the relationship with Dearborn guys.
I mean, look what I did. I broke a barrier. This Oz Media Group was all Hamtramck. Of course, AB likes attention. He's gonna call himself out. No, I broke the barrier. I'm the only Dearborn representative right now. I kicked my way into the door.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Fadis was on the brink. I was filling out the petition and the application, and I put myself down as a reference. We were going through that. That's why I'm glad I came on the show with him again today.
Billy Farha as well.
Billy Farha. But that's going on to what you said, though, creating lifelong friendships, lifelong relationships. And this league started it. It really did. And it's beautiful to see what it's blossomed into.
You can even see the teams when you guys initially set up this league. It was more of like a Dearborn selected team and a Hamtramck.
Yes.
Now you look at the teams; it's literally mixed.
Except for Tony, who tried to keep that separation throughout the league,
and he's paying for it right now.
And it didn't work out too well.
I like his team, but it's just probably not clicking.
Maybe he needs a coach.
Well, I mean, they won, right? T-Mac broke out. T-Mac had a breakout.
Dearborn guy.
That and that's what they were waiting for, because T-Mac there was a lot of talk about, everybody wants about Fujo and Hank trade thing. T-Mac for about 4 weeks was the topic of the league.
What T-Mac for Hank?
No, T-Mac just won, not a Team Hamtramck.
I don't know what's going on.
Stop.
Hey,
I don't know T-Mac's numbers.
Hey, listen, I just want to say this because I want to just keep things rolling.
Sorry about that.
No, I just want to say this, by the way, just to quickly wrap it up about the Hamtramck and Dearborn thing. Like, growing up, obviously, to me, now you look back at it, it's so immature. I mean, you probably got young fellas who are still going through that phase, and just understand that there's so much going on in this world, and there's a reason why, I wanted to have Hamtramck and Dearborn. First of all, Obed. Shout out to Obed as well.
Shout out
President
Obed.
to CRSD. He's the man.
I love that
perfect guy to work with, honestly, because he has the same kind of mindset and the same vision. And people got to understand that the power that we have when we're working together is so much stronger, and we can get so much more things done. And for us two cities, we got to look at it from a world point of view, even a country point of view, even from a state point of view. We are hated on from every other city almost, unless it's like Metro Detroit area or Detroit itself. People don't like Dearborn. People don't like Hamtramck. They know that this is cities that are Muslim majority, and the world is not excited about it. The country is not excited about it. So we need to realize that and know that we need to be in there together. We need to be working together to accomplish our goals, whether if it's raising money for Palestine and Yemen, or if it's just coming together to show people who we really are as people, whether if it's the Arab or whether if it's the Muslim communities, whatever it is, we need to do it together. That's why it's so important to have Hamtramck and Dearborn on the same page. That's why I want to give a shout out to Mayor Abdullah Hamoud and Mayor Ghalib, because as much as they joke around, they are on the same page. That's why I asked, do you guys feel like the communities have kind of gotten closer? I really do think the elected officials have a lot to do with it. Ibrahim Ayyash, Al Abbas Farhat, all these people who are coming out of these cities and that are in leadership roles, they're showing people how to be leaders and how to, come together when there's major issues happening in the world. So shout out to those guys. Definitely looking forward to the charity game. You kind of get all that in one game. That's why we try to push people to come to the game. It's a lot of fun. It's competitive but also fun. So we're going to go ahead and run the next ad, and then we're going to talk about now what's going on in the world kind of reflects the charity game, and how are we going to approach this upcoming primary election. I know we're kind of veering off of basketball right quick, but let's go ahead and give a shout out to Qahwah House, Yusuf, and then we're going to continue rolling. So shout out to Qahwah House.
If you're ever in need of some coffee, then you have to stop by the best place in the country. You know what that is, Yusuf?
Yeah, man, it's got to be the Qahwah House.
It's definitely the Qahwah House. It's the first Yemeni coffee shop of its kind. You can stop by Qahwah House to try their famous Yemeni lattes, Adani shahis, mafawad, and jubani coffees. You can also stop by to try their delicious pastries, such as the Yemeni favorite sabaya, everything mini bites, and they even serve sambusas. They have locations in Michigan, New Jersey, New York, and Illinois, with more locations coming to a state near you. So no matter where you're at in the country, be sure to stop by Qahwah House and get a glimpse of what the Yemeni culture is all about. Also, don't forget to download the new Qahwah House app. You can now order your coffee and go, skipping the line entirely. It's like having your own personal barista.
All right, let me fly through these quick comments right quick. So first of all, Jose said Moti, he wears XL. All right. Shout out to Jose for the fantasy guys as well. Jose said he wears XL. All right. Billy, I'm sorry. Respect to Coach T and Coach Bosch, Red Arbeck, and Phil Jackson. Why is Coach Chisel avoiding the question? That's Tony, by the way. This is back when I'm assistant to Bosch. Said Billy, I don't look good in polos. Said Tony. Bosch, get a sweater like that. I might have to wear a polo. Said Fujo. Fujo, I think you might be all right, Fujo. Fahmi Hussein said nobody likes anybody sitting in their seat. I know the feeling, AB.
I took Tony's seat.
Is this just me or the
He was
camera
always
shining?
late.
Is it just me or is the camera shining bright on Coach Tizzle? Insider info said Jose. 3 players stormed out the meeting due to bubble situation. 2 players walked Moti to his car. Things got wild. Security was called.
Yo, last night was crazy. I
Oh, y'all were all in the same room together?
Man, it was crazy. Man.
That's funny.
Like, it was actually a good time, but the whole basketball and the roster stuff is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gets that deep.
I'm telling you.
In Hamtramck, you hearing this?
Because AB, we're, like I said, we're about 13 guys.
Yeah.
We're all close, like very close. You know what I'm saying? And we all hang out with each other at the same time. So they all kind of, majority of them showed up yesterday, and yeah, I mean, you know.
Let's have a 5th quarter, like middle school, for these guys.
I mean,
Nah.
I mean, they're only talking about 3 guys. It's 3 guys that are going to miss out. I could probably think of the 3 guys in my head right now, but
Don't say the name.
I will never. I will never.
Maybe to get everybody involved, maybe we could do dodgeball next
Listen,
time.
Funny.
Everybody's
Halftime show.
Everybody's part of the team, guys. Everybody.
The three that don't make it can maybe shoot in the 3.
3-point contest.
There you
Like
go.
that's another thing, by the
Yeah,
way. You know,
there we
I
go.
only had a couple guys put their name. We're not gonna do it if we
Yeah.
don't have 6 guys, by the way. But
Hey, by the way, at this time of the year, everybody's hurt. Okay, so
Yeah.
we will release an injury report
Okay.
just so some guys won't be embarrassed about getting cut.
Okay. But you just said it, so you just killed that whole motive.
No, I'm just saying, like, some guys are hurt,
Okay.
I know they're going to play once.
and that's the reason.
listen, another big thing that's happening this upcoming Tuesday is the primary election, and it's coming up. And obviously, right now we are in the thick of it in terms of Hamtramck and Dearborn being on the news because, like I said, we are both, Arab majority cities. A lot of Arabs are in both of these cities, so there's a lot going on. Obviously, with what's going on in other countries as well, kind of affects us here. So I know we would love to share your opinions on this. I just want to mention that we do have a journalist here from Reuters that we appreciate her for coming out here. She wanted to cover up the charity game and also hear our thoughts on this. So we want to make sure that we cover this. So sports to the side, I know we love sports, but we cannot, turn a blind eye to what's really going on in the world today. So I want to ask you guys, how will you be addressing this upcoming primary election? There are people out there that are saying you should vote uncommitted. There are people out there that's probably going to be going Republican because they're not happy with the Democratic Party and Joe Biden. As you guys know in the news, Joe Biden had representatives come here. The first time, people kind of pushed them away. Then the second time, they decided to meet with them just so they can share their thoughts, the elected officials from here. So let me just ask this, Bosch, I'll start off with you. How will you be approaching, if you don't mind answering, how will you be approaching this upcoming primary election? I mean, there's some people that are saying they're not even going to vote because they don't want to, the lesser of two evils. They don't want to deal with that this time around. So how will you be approaching this upcoming election?
Honestly, I was on the fence, and then I just read an article from Rashida Talib, homegrown, from the community, and she mentioned something that I wasn't really aware of, which is the uncommitted vote. So going uncommitted from her approach kind of puts the Democratic Party on notice that we know what's going on, and that gives us an opportunity to apply some pressure. Not saying that we're going to flip the switch on them fully and go to the other side, but hey, we know that you guys know, and we're going to put you on notice. So take this uncommitted vote as a way for us to show you guys that we want to be heard, and we are going to say something about it, and we're going to show it. You know, Michigan is always on the fence. It's one of those swinging states when it comes to the elections. Biden won by like 3%. It was a slim margin. And I really feel like the community can influence that swing, you know, so...
Yeah, and that's important that you mentioned the uncommitted vote. So that's why it's been kind of been pushed around by a lot of elected officials here and in the area. And the reason why, because for people that are out there saying they're not going to vote, obviously that, I mean, it kind of sends a message, but it doesn't really send the real message. When you are submitted uncommitted, and let's say there's thousands of uncommitted votes, both parties are going to look at it, man, I can, you know, those thousands of votes could be coming to our side. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why when you vote uncommitted, it's a great way of putting it out there and letting them know that your voice is still being heard.
Absolutely.
But you're not picking a side.
Wouldn't that be the best way to go? Because when you're not voting, you're not putting the uncommitted, like personally, and I was going to ask you this, Bosh, because, you know, obviously I look up to anybody and everybody's opinion that is knowledgeable on the situation. I personally want to do the ceasefire now, like the write-in. But if uncommitted is going to send a louder or a bigger or have, a bigger impact rather than not going at all. Because like you said, I don't think that's the answer. I think not going at all, not voting, and not putting down either uncommitted, ceasefire now, or whatever it is that you really want to push at, then you're really letting your voice go unheard.
Exactly.
You're really letting it go unheard.
Exactly.
What would you say is stronger, though? What would you, in your opinion, what's stronger, the uncommitted vote or a write-in?
I think both. I think both speak volumes because, like Omar mentioned, that's a vote that's accounted for. So when they're looking at these votes and they say, "Hey, these are voters that are gonna come back. They're gonna vote, and we can take these votes. These votes can come to our side, whether it's a ceasefire, whether it's uncommitted, Green Party, whatever you want to call it, right? These are voters that are willing to step in and vote when that time comes in November." And it's going to make a difference, I really think. And I think if those uncommitted, ceasefire, whatever you want to call it, is an X amount that they see, hey, this can take us over the hump, we need to get those votes. We need to lock them in, you know? So I think it's very important.
Faddis, same question to you. How will you be approaching this upcoming election?
You know, Bosh mentioned that he heard or was informed by Rashida, and that kind of changed his thoughts. And I think that's one of the biggest problems we have in our community. We're ignorant about the situation, right? We don't have enough knowledge of what to vote for, what this means versus that. You asked him a question too, and he gave you his opinion, but what is the truth behind it? What's the best thing that we should do, right? So I think our leaders in the community should educate, and you know, for people that don't speak English, people that are from here, educate, and then let the community make a decision and you know, get together and but that's really the biggest problem. You know, you got guys making quick opinions on the situation or what to vote for, or, you know, should we vote for the millage or this or that, and they don't really know what's going on. And I'll be honest, you know, I'll speak for myself. I'm ignorant with the whole situation too. So that's our biggest problem. So let's educate so that they can make the best decision for everybody, right? And when it comes to voting too, and I mentioned it to a couple of people a while back.
You and I had a conversation about voting and about, for example, the South End, and, you know, getting people out to
transportation
to the polls.
We don't go out and vote.
Yeah,
right?
You and I had.
We don't go out. How do we talk to the right people and say, hey, we need to have transportation available for certain people? I mean, it's not just voting for the person that you guys want, right? It's actually going out there and voting. Nobody wants to go and park and walk 300 feet and go into this ballroom or this conference room and they think about that like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it this day or whatever, but how do we make it easier for them too? So that's really a big problem, especially for our community.
It's a great point.
It's a big problem, getting our people out there.
I saw an absentee ballot box. Is it in the parking lot at Lapeer? It's in... I was driving to Access on Wednesday, and I could have swore it said something about an absentee where you can drop it in. And I'm going to do my research on it to figure that out. Nice. You know, but I wanted to go on what you were saying, what you and I were talking about with it's also the knowledge being passed to our community. because we have a lot of people who, like you said, are actually ignorant to the situation, or ignorant to what's happening, and they're getting, a pamphlet from our leaders, okay, from our leaders who are telling them this is what you should do, and really without educating them.
Yeah.
And I think that some of that might have to change too, maybe go more in depth.
Right.
Like the article you saw from Rashida, it's coming out to the people that have voted, the people that's on her email list, because I get emails from Rashida all the time as well.
Yep.
But is it reaching everybody?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so much more I think we have to put into the education to why are we going uncommitted? Why is it better to come in and vote, and to make it clear to everybody, with a great point Fadas made, the transportation. We really want our voices heard. If we want our voices heard, it's not going to be heard sitting on our couch. I promise you that.
Let me answer this, AB. There's also articles that came out where there's a lot of Democrats that are going to be probably going Republican. They might go uncommitted right now, but then once the actual election comes in November, that they're probably going to go Republican. What are your thoughts on that?
So I think that, from what I've heard, again, and I'm not really, I've never been super political in regards to everything that's going on. I pay attention to the things that are important to me and cause and effect to me. It's just who I've been. I have a support system, and I have a social group that we obviously discuss and talk, and I'll educate myself on things like me coming to you, Agil, and asking you that question, because your opinion matters. It does to me, just who I am. I think that has a lot to do with more than just what's happening, for example, overseas and in what we have in power now. I think there's a lot of people flipping over with just the economy, how the economy was running for 2016 to 2020 under a Republican run. And, with COVID hitting and Biden coming in 2020 to today, where the money's at, business is thriving, business is hurting. We all feel it. We're seeing all the raise in everything, gas, food.
Interest rates.
Everything. And the money, the income is not following it. It's not matching that. So I think a lot of the move of people going from Democrat to Republican, for an example, is outside of what we're talking about here within what
domestic
we believe.
versus foreign affairs. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Fadas. Yeah, I'm 100. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Moti, I'm gonna ask you the similar question. And do you blame people for also not feeling comfortable voting for anyone, let alone like the uncommitted? I know the uncommitted is like the new thing to do around here in this area, but do you see, or like, do you blame people, I guess, for that just are looking at it like, I probably just don't even want to vote because I don't want to, again, vote for the lesser of two evils or things like that?
Yeah, me personally, I try to stay away from politics, but I feel like, especially what's going on overseas, I feel like I've been forced to, get involved in politics a little bit. But as far as on a national standpoint, as far as for the president, I was actually in disagreement of the uncommitted vote, because I'm just like, what are you doing? Your vote counts. You know what I'm saying? That's how you voice your stance on anything. It's to vote for that person that's aligns with what you want or in your beliefs. But then again, once I start doing my research, I start hearing people, I start understanding the stance as far as being the uncommitted, and I agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I think it sends a bigger message. You know what I'm saying, to all the political parties. But I think people, as far as education, I think people need to understand that voting for state and local officials impacts you directly. So let's vote.
You could say impacts you maybe more than maybe the
Well, yeah. I mean, he mentioned the transportation issue in the South End. That's your local officials. You know what I'm saying? It might be even your state. So, it's important to let people know, if you guys want changes to happen in your community, to vote for those certain people locally, and they could probably help you or, change those things that, need to be changed.
No, that's a great point, Moti. And I'm going to piggyback off of what he said. I was originally questionable on the uncommitted vote too, but now that you actually do your research, it kind of makes sense to go uncommitted because you still want your vote to count. You still want your vote to count. You want to put it out there, and you don't have to necessarily go one way or another. And remember, this is the primary elections. You're not getting the president off of this election. You might narrow it down, but ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a good opportunity, especially with what's going on in Palestine. You want to send a message now because it's a hot situation. We've been asking for a ceasefire for almost over 130 days now. So now is the time to put your vote out there. You can put uncommitted. It'll send a message to both parties to say, hey, this is a great amount of number of voters that are voting uncommitted. And selfishly, how they're going to view it as, this is a great way for me to get more votes. So let me go ahead and respect whatever it is that they're demanding, which is a ceasefire. And hopefully that's how you send a message. Because again, this is the primary election. It's not the final one. I think we have another one before November, I believe, if I'm correct. So at the end of the day, this is a good time to do it. Send the message out there, put the message out there, vote uncommitted. It makes sense so that you are at least voting as well, putting your stamp on the whole situation, and then kind of see where you go, what comes from it. At the end of the day, any final words and final comments from anybody? I don't want to make sure that we covered everything. Faddis, look like you still got something to say, or no? You good?
No.
Okay.
I mean, everybody made some great points, and hopefully certain people listened to what we had to say, and maybe we could make some tweaks and adjustments to. And I think the biggest concern, everybody said, like, hey, we had this stance, but it changed after some research. We don't necessarily need to do the research because there's people out there that did the research for us, right?
Yeah.
So let's educate us.
Yeah.
And we could have Q&A sessions and going back and forth, and I think, everybody will be a lot informed.
Yeah, we need to do not vote. Like, do not just sit at home, okay? We need to speak up because we do rely on our leaders, our community leaders, and to educate us. Exactly what you're saying. We're not going to follow like sheep. We want to know why we're being told to do what we're being told to do, and how it's going to be an advantage to us, especially with how we feel personally. Everybody in this room right now is personally affected by what's happening overseas. Okay, our home away from home. We all, like I said, the 5 of us, the 6 of us, we're all affected. So don't just sit at home. Go there, whether it's a ceasefire now that's been being ignored regardless, but show them that we're not letting it go, or the uncommitted vote. Because what's happening is not right. And when you're sitting at home not doing anything about it, as simple as making a trip and making an X or writing something in, you're not helping the cause. My personal opinion.
Love that. Go ahead and give that a round of applause for my man, A.B. Abraham. Shout out to A.B. By the way, speaking from a Palestinian point of view, we got to make sure for our viewers out there, he's coming from a Palestinian point of view as well. So shout out to A.B. We appreciate him. We're going to go ahead and now give our next ad, which is going to be Juice Box Yusuf. And then we're going to talk a little bit of LOL League basketball. So shout out to Juice Box. And then we're going to close out the show talking some LOL League. So Fujo, get your Hank comments in. Hank, get your Fujo comments in. And Juice Box, Yusuf.
All right, Yusuf,
Hey,
I want you to
why,
envision this with me, okay? Imagine you just had a long day at work, and all you want is a nice, cool, refreshing drink to top it all off. Do you know where you stop by at, Yusuf?
It's got to be Juice Box.
It's definitely Juice Box. If you're looking for a place with the best smoothies, milkshakes, ice cream, cereal bars, and slushies, then Juice Box is your one-stop shop. You can try things like their Biscoff or Nutella shakes, crepes, watermelon blast, strawberry burst, or mango smoothies. And if you're looking for a place to hang out, they have a comfortable outdoor patio/courtyard area that you and your friends can enjoy while trying those delicious drinks. So be sure to stop by Juice Box. They have a Hamtramck location right there on Joseph Campo, with more locations coming soon. You'll be sure to leave there with a big smile on your face. You'll also be able to order your drinks from the new Juice Box app, which will also be coming soon. It will be downloadable on all of your smartphone devices.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what facts.
That's what
So
Faddis
you're a
does.
point guard?
That's what Faddis does. All right. So now let's just talk a little bit of LOL basketball, smack, a little bit of chime in of what y'all
So-
need to say. Go ahead, AB, man. We're going to let you be the captain.
So real quick. Real quick though. You said you were what? But right, we were coming out of commercial break here. What were you saying? That's why you're a point guard.
I
What?
said Multi is a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. If,
Who you talking to, Faddis or Eric Snow? Over
no,
here?
I was just trying to figure. I was just trying to figure out. I think some leaking happened, and I want to know if PG1 and PG1.5 are both there. Who starts?
Oh, you can't.
Who's
you can't put,
who's the
don't put, don't put Bosh on the spot, man.
who's the pick?
I'm okay with it.
You know, I'm just saying who's the pick. You know, because I already had to make that pick, and I made a pick, and I feel like I have to repair. I have to repair that. You know, connection.
Okay.
But
you know what I have to say, AB? Me and you had a really good talk.
we did, didn't we?
You know,
Wallah, we did.
and it really did help.
Okay, good.
And I'll leave it at that.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. I wanted to step away from the game this year as far as playing. Obviously,
Oh, let me.
Another air horn?
No, I want to
Change the lineup?
I want to adjust some things now.
no, I made this clear. I made this clear a while ago that I'm stepping away from the game this year.
You guys are lucky. I'll put it
and
Absolutely.
you guys, and Mo, you play with me. You know, I love playing defense. I love playing my role. I'm a guy that if you need me to go out there and drop some buckets, I'm going to try my best to get out there and drop you some buckets. But if you ask me, listen, AB, this is what I need you to do. I need you to get up on him. I need you to grab some rebounds. I need you to set some picks. I need you to do all the extra stuff. I'm a grimy dude. I'll do that. I'm a dog. I'll do what's asked of me. This year, I talked to Omar about it. I want to be on the other side. I want to be more because of how important this cause is to me. I want to be on the other side. I want to try.
Welcome to the other side.
Yeah, I want to try to raise up, and I want to do my part of being on this team, you know, the Oz Media team.
Hey, shout out to AB, by the way. He's been reaching out to sponsors. By the way, if you're watching or you know somebody that wants to sponsor, please have them reach out to me. And you know, we want to have. I wanted to like raise a certain amount of money even before the game, just so like we can hopefully reach the goals that we want to reach. So you know, we're still looking for sponsors. So
But I reached out. Yeah, I reached out to the coach. You know, Dearborn's still my team.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
I'm a defending. I don't know what we call it. We call it champs. What do we call it?
Yeah, champs.
I'm a defending champ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a one and done. I plan on being back soon for you, coach. If in this next
size?
season.
Is it an XL?
You know, I got a little bigger up top. Let's go 2XL.
Do you like polos?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And I'm going to be behind the broadcast. I'll wear what I need to wear. But I did. I reached out to Gil. I gave him some of my opinions on some of the players that I feel like that can really contribute, handle themselves correctly, and be a good showing for Dearborn.
You know, I had an issue with you a couple weeks ago.
What did I do?
So
Let's talk.
When you started missing shows, I was like, you know, is everything okay with AB? Come to find out, your team we're losing, winless.
We just got handed.
So once you had your big game,
I never came back.
24 points, I believe.
23
points
against Team Hamtramck. That would have been a show that would have led into the charity game if I would have played.
Yeah, but
I played Team Hamtramck. I had a monster career night.
It makes sense.
A monster career night against Team Hamtramck. I have
my
videos of Tony can't guard me. Do not ever come down low when I have the ball. Thanks, Tony.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
but then once you have that performance, you show up today
No, that was too
with what do you call that color you said? Salmon pants.
So hold on
brown
though.
shoes.
Hold on though. Last 2 weeks I scored 3 points and 2 points. We just got it handed to us by the defending champs. That game was if Golden State ever played the Bulls in the 90s,
Whoa.
that's the result you would have seen. I'm sorry to my team if you're watching this, but we lived and died at the 3-point line, okay? And the Bulls defense,
Who's the
passing
Bulls?
passing the
Eric
ball around.
Snows.
Bro, they Mo
Cam came back?
It wasn't
I
even,
get it.
It wasn't even Cam. Cam scored 17 of 64 points.
Listen.
Listen to me. Cam scored 17 of 64 points. You played with me last season. What's the number one thing I stress on? Defense. Every other person on that team, Faddis dropped 10, came out of a scoring slump. I'm not trying to attack you, but you came out of a scoring slump. They had their way with us, and we were playing like...
You know my stats.
Of course I do.
Why don't you read the other stats?
What? You had a triple-double.
Oh, that's important to mention.
Yeah,
That's important. Go ahead.
Is that what you
hey, please, man.
Is that, is that what you want me to say?
Hey, this guy's a numbers guy, man. That's crazy.
I'm not the numbers guy. I like to watch.
What did Mutley have?
I like 26.
MashaAllah.
He's a numbers guy.
I like to watch the numbers.
It's like a Google spreadsheet.
On the team I play. I couldn't tell you anybody else's numbers. I couldn't tell you anybody else's stats.
Triple-double?
Yeah, triple-double.
Hey, I would have said that before I said 10 points.
Hold on, though.
All right.
It was, what was it, 10 points, 10 rebounds? Hold on. 10 assists.
10 rebounds.
No, mashallah. Mashallah.
Hold on. He's got Cam on his team, and he got 10 assists.
All right, I think we got somebody on the line. Who we have calling?
Here, well upon it. Thank you.
Hello?
Oh, my
Yes, it's Nader, super
elite.
Who said, oh, my God?
No, the coffee was cold.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey,
coffee,
Nader had a monster game against Sufi. I mean, it was in the loss, but Nader had a monster game against Sufi Wednesday night.
Well, it's not about wins and losses. It's about it's about learning.
There you go.
And shot attempts.
Yes.
Talk to us, Nader. You just came right in the middle of the LOL League smack talk, so talk to us, Nader.
He said learning.
It's a teaching moment. Every game is a teaching moment. My captain, my ex-captain taught me that.
Nader, listen, the rumors are saying that your team right now is ranking as one of the worst teams in the league, Nader.
It's not that we have we just got to put it all together. We have awesome coach. I think we're getting better and better after every loss. I think it's, and I think we're going to be by playoff time. We're going to be. You're going to have to watch out for us. This reminds me of my championship. Hold on, AB. This reminds me of my championship run with Manet. People were counting us out in the beginning, and slowly we were getting better and better. And I carried us through the playoffs and won the championship.
Nader, your one win was against the Matialis team. My first game back in the frozen tundra of basketball courts, Frontier Academy.
Yeah, AB.
And you guys only won by 3.
I see teams with really good records getting worse. Okay, our team is getting better. By playoff time, watch out.
Do you have any more COVID shot videos?
I mean, you could wins and losses regular season, that's fine. But as long as your team is continuing to, improve, and we're finding ourselves and we're trusting each other a little bit more, I think we're going to be, I think the number 1 seed or number 2 seed, whoever we play is going to be really, really surprised.
Nader, we have someone that's commenting the COVID shot might be getting to you right now that you had the video.
Yeah.
No, but all jokes aside, Nader, what are your thoughts on the charity game? Just want to quickly get your 2 cents on that because we do want to wrap this up as soon as possible.
Listen, I think the team put together is an amazing team.
Oh, there's a team put together? What's the team,
Nader?
Nader?
A team put together.
Nader, you know.
Nader.
Nader, talk to us.
Nader is coming home, boys.
Let's get the league. So Nader's confirmed.
Nader's coming home.
There you go. You have one. You have one confirmed.
I got 2 confirmed, and you're not playing.
AB, you already know the team. I told you the team.
Shh.
Hold on. Nader's Romeo playing with you again?
Shh. Why would you say that, Nader? Don't tell everybody I know who's on the team I'm playing.
All I can say is our team is super strong. Okay, super strong. That's all. See, when Bosch puts together a team, he doesn't put, it has to be a very strong team. And I think that's where our advantage is from Hamtramck, because I don't know anybody that's strong from Hamtramck. Maybe Uncle
Mic
Ed.
drop.
Bro,
maybe Uncle Ed.
You covered your eyes when you took the shot. What are you talking about, strong, man?
Well, they're very flashy. Hamtramck's very flashy. They leak a lot. They're fast, but they're not strong.
Oh,
Am I right?
Nader's already
Am
in
I
the
right,
paint.
Bosch?
Yeah, he is.
That's a bold statement.
3 seconds.
Hey,
I take Hamtramck losing by over 20 in this game.
Oh,
wow.
Hey, well,
only because we have superior superior celebrities and superior coaching.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nader's
Shots at Moti. I don't know what happened.
Hey, Nader's taking shots on and off the court, huh?
Hey, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in our relationships with Nader, but I am part of Nader Nation. Cuz I'm just like,
You didn't tell me Moti was on the.
He's the coach. It's Agil versus Moti.
Moti. Right now, Nader's watching himself talk right now.
What a surprise!
Hey, I want to ask something because it's bothering me, man.
Talk to me.
What AB said.
What was that?
He said, he compared that, fastest team to the Bulls. Who's Scottie Pippen?
Oh my God!
Sonny.
Come on, man. I said they're the 2007 Cavaliers for a reason. All right.
I heard what you said. I'm telling you how the game went.
Who's
Wednesday night?
Gasket?
I'm talking about Wednesday night.
Who's Gasket?
I'm talking about Wednesday night.
The
comparison. Listen.
Who's Verajao?
Listen.
Hey,
The comparison I made.
Verajao, Sonny.
Samir.
All right, Verajao, Sonny. All right.
Listen.
My boy,
Listen.
Eric Snow.
Last year, we had one team on a bye, right, every week, and
Yes.
that team was responsible for the stats.
Yes.
So we were on a bye, so we had to do the stats, and I was doing their game. And if you're not paying attention, you could lose a few dailies here and there. And I was focused on the game, and I think they won convincingly, obviously. Maybe 10 minutes later, by the time I took my stuff and went to the bleachers, I take my phone and I see 5 messages from Mo Thabit. And he was like, bro, I didn't have 6 rebounds. I had 11. I didn't have 7 assists. I had 11. I was like, are you kidding me, man? You worried about your stats? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to prove to the league I'm the #1 point guard.
Nice.
Wow.
I didn't say that.
I was going to bring the messages here
I didn't
and
say
post it
that.
on
No,
his media.
you know what?
But
You know
he's got
what?
that 24-hour WhatsApp
Time out,
delete.
Moti.
Where it deletes after 24
Time
hours.
out,
No,
Moti.
I didn't
Time
say
out.
number
No,
one
time
point
out.
guard.
Time out. There's nothing
But
wrong with that.
I said proof to league that I'm back.
What's what? Yeah, because
That's what I said.
but what's
That's what I
wrong?
said.
But what's wrong with that? Being confident?
No.
I know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean,
But it was funny. It was
My
like,
thing is-
I didn't even get to the bleachers and I see like 7 messages. And
He's right.
he was on his way home. Like, how fast did he pick up his stuff and start the car and look at...
Moti be in and
I
out.
always leave, yeah. Right away. Always leave right away.
So
After
they-
the game, I'll leave.
All right.
No, but it's very important to get the stats correct, you know what I'm saying? Because your job is to pay attention to the game while doing stats. But I still believe in you. If there is a game if I need somebody to do stats, I'm calling you.
Obviously, I'm going to do my best.
Well, there
I'll
you
do my
guys go. Any final comments about LOL League? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I do want to wrap this up because I know we got a couple other things to do right after this show. So any final comments you want to say, Faddis? I mean, how's your team looking, by the way?
Thank you. Again, thank you for having us on the show. Team-wise, I think we're okay. Our problem is we only played 2 games as a whole the entire year.
Have you won both?
I'm sorry?
Did you win both?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's missing games. This guy's missing a game. He can't make it. He's sick. He's not here no more.
Plus no coaching.
Bosch hasn't been here. Obviously, he wants to show up.
Sonny can't make those GM moves of the year that he did last year.
I just, everybody else is kind of playing together except for us. But we want to get some runs in together. That's all.
You guys looked amazing on Wednesday.
There you go. Well, shout out to these guys. We appreciate them. From Bosch to Faddis to AB to Moti, we appreciate them and always coming on and sharing their insights. Again, before we close out the show, I do want to say be sure to follow us on all of our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under Oz Media. You can listen to the show later on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. We got to give a shout out to the sponsors as well. Like we mentioned earlier, you got Balkan House, Qahwah House, Juice Box, Hanley International Academy, you got BC Adhesives, you got Unique Coney Island, and we appreciate all of them and all their supports as always. Any final comments from you, Bosch, and AB and Moti? Will go one by one.
Just good luck to Team Hamtramck, Team Dearborn, of course, as well. Hopefully it's a great turnout, and let's try to fill some seats, man. Last year, very unfortunately, we didn't fill the seats. A lot of Dearborn guys didn't come through. I don't know if it was from not being selected or just
That's a shame.
being
That's
busy.
what it was.
But please come out, guys. We really can use your support. And then the 18 and over guys, I know the game was shifted to Wednesday now, so please be present, man. We'd love to see you guys. It's for a good cause. Let's get out there. Let's fill up those seats.
Not just the guys, by the way. Bring the families. And this is supposed to be a family event. Why not? Bring the families, show the communities that we can all come together. And obviously, whatever it may be, we can adjust the situations. If there needs to be a specific section for the ladies, we can do that. And
Absolutely.
we can make it happen. So bring the families as well. AB?
Please like and subscribe on all social media platforms.
Shout out to AB Moti.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, man. A great show, and with a bunch of great guys, by the way.
Thank you.
And hopefully, we have a good turnout.
Next week, Sunday, we'll be talking again some charity basketball. That'll be the final Sunday before the show. For the game that following Friday the 8th. So hopefully we'll have another great one for you guys next week. So be sure to tune in. Be sure to follow, like AB said. Be safe. And again, if you're listening and you know someone that would love to sponsor, tell them to call me or Obad. We can figure it out. We can send them the message that is needed. And let's try to raise as much money as we can. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you all next week.